expert. Listening Emily Schrader, who's joining us from Tel Aviv, an American-Israeli journalist focusing on Israel and Iranian relations. The headlines in the country you're in, how are they portraying this, if you will, third front offensive? Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I think it's pretty clear that the Israeli government, as well as the media, is pretty pleased with the assassination of Hezbollah terrorist leader Nasrallah. And in addition to that, numerous other Hezbollah leaders and now PFLP leaders as well. Israel is on a roll, kind of as you mentioned before, but I do want to clarify one thing. It's not just a third front. We're actually dealing with 7 fronts. We've been dealing with that since October 8th when Hezbollah started attacking Israel. So this isn't really something new that we're dealing with right now. It's an ongoing front. In addition to the Houthis have been firing drones and rockets at the state of Israel for many, many months. It isn't a new activity. And we actually have other fronts as well. We've had drones come in from Iraq. We've had a direct attack from the Islamic Republic of Iran. So these aren't really new phenomenons that we're seeing right now.
You describe it as being on a roll, Emily. Where does the roll end? What does a peace or cessation look like?
Well, I think on the northern border, a peace or cessation looks like pushing back Hezbollah past the Litani River. This is something that isn't a new proposal from Israel, by the way. This is something that is what it should be under international law, UN Resolution 1701. That's something that the UN and the international community has not enforced to their own detriment and now to Israel's detriment. And I think Israel is finally saying, you know what, if you're going to allow 250,000 ballistic missiles and rockets to build up on our border, we're not going to allow that because it endangers our citizens that have been displaced in the tens of thousands from that northern border in Israel for 11 months and counting.
But the Yemen, what does an end game look like there, Emily?
I think when it comes to any of the proxies of the Islamic Republic of Iran, who's the real enemy here, when we're talking about Yemen, it's not the country of Yemen that we have a problem with. It's the Houthi terrorists, again, a proxy of the Islamic Republic. And I don't think we're going to see an end to any of these conflicts until we see the Islamic Republic of Iran effectively deterred. What does that look like? There are a number of different options, not necessarily war. I hope we can avoid an escalation into a full-out war. However, these terrorist proxies of the regime in Iran, taking their direction as well as funds and weapons from the Islamic Republic, they are the ones who need to stop firing on the state of Israel. It isn't Israel who launched operations against the Houthis to start. It's the Houthis who launched operations against the state of Israel. And the same thing goes for Hezbollah. Over 8,000 projectiles, ballistic missiles, suicide drones have been fired at Israeli civilian targets since October 8th.